Welcome back to another edition of the Sloan Sells Homes Open House. I am Michelle Sloan. A lot of people will ask me, how much does it cost to hire an inspector to inspect the home? That's a really great question, and it is definitely part of the process that you have to consider when you're buying a home. There have been times over the course of the last couple of years that the market has been so fast and frenzied that buyers have felt that they had to waive the inspection in order to get the house that they wanted. That has come with a lot of regret over the years. Whereas people are buying homes. If you're buying a home and you have not done an inspection, there can be some really serious surprises that are not the good kind. Not at all. So when you are calculating how much money you're going to need to buy a home, making sure that you have between $500 and $800 for a home inspection is pretty typical. Some of the main things that you're going to want to get with your home inspection is the whole house inspection. That's going to be the biggest cost. Usually, again, it's around $500. Then you want to have, if it's a single family home or even if it's a condo, you want to have a radon test done. In this part of the country, in the Cincinnati area, I would say there's a good 70% of the homes that have high levels of radon. Radon is a cancer-causing gas. It's naturally occurring. It is all around us. But inside of our homes, it can accumulate to a point where it can be somewhat dangerous. So if that's important to you, certainly you want to spend the $100 or so that it's going to be to get a radon test. And there are levels that are acceptable to have in a home, anything under a 4.0. And again, those kinds of things are very easy to talk to any inspector or your real estate agent about is, should I get a radon test done in the home that I'm buying? And the answer is nine times out of 10, yes. Now, what if they already have a radon test in the home? Good question. I'm glad that you asked me that. If they already have it, I'm going to still advise you to get that radon test because you're supposed to retest every couple of years, even though you have the radon mitigation system installed. Because oftentimes, that's a mechanical type of a system, and the fan could go out or the components could break down. So yes, I always am going to recommend, unless the system has been checked or installed within the last 6 months, go ahead and get that test done for peace of mind. The other test you're going to have done in a whole house home inspection is going to be your termite, your wood-destroying insects, which is the termite test. You're going to want to see. A lot of times we see carpenter ants or carpenter bees rather than termites. But again, carpenter ants and carpenter bees eat at the wood around your home. They could cause some weakening of the structures, and so that's something that you want to get tested as well. The last thing is a sewer scope. Depending on where you are buying your home, if it's inside the city of Cincinnati and there's a lot of big trees around, you want to make sure that the sewer and the line between the house and the street is clear. And so doing a sewer scope, that can cost you, another $100. That's where, it starts to add up a little bit, but it's a very expensive fix. If you have tree roots growing in your sewer line, and maybe you have to replace the pipe if it's an older home, it's a very important test to have done. Talk to your real estate agent, talk to your inspector, and talk to a couple of different inspectors. As real estate agents, my job is to provide you with knowledge and information. It's your decision who you decide to use. If you use the cheapest inspector that you can find, you know what, sometimes you get what you pay for, and you may not have all of the information that you need to buy the perfect house for you.